Despite the enormous wealth of Richard Branson, his airline, Virgin Atlantic, is in a lot of trouble. The COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected the whole aviation industry, as many airlines are facing bankruptcy, laying off staff, and retiring or removing their existing fleet to adjust in the decline of passenger demand. But despite all of the issues that the airline is facing, we've known for quite some time now that the airline has been researching demand and the possibility of flights within the Asian Peninsula. Well, the great news is Virgin Atlantic will be operating flights from London Heathrow to Lahore and Islamabad, and also from Manchester International Airport to Islamabad. The airline is looking to take advantage of a relatively resilient demand for leisure and to take a slice of cargo trade between Pakistan and the UK. Now, Heathrow to Lahore will operate 4 times a week, whilst Heathrow to Islamabad will operate 3 times a week. Manchester Airport will see 4 weekly flights to Islamabad. This week, the airline also announced its COVID-19 insurance cover for all existing and new bookings. The airline is trying very hard to securing its long-term future after receiving a 99% backing from its creditors for a £1.2 billion package. Now, this announcement isn't much of a surprise when looking back at the ambitions of the airline. Back in 2019, the airline announced its intentions to expand its worldwide network with an expanded Heathrow once the 3rd runway is complete. However, following the global downturn in air traffic, the likelihood of a 3rd runway being built is now being diminished. The uncertainty over Virgin's future, as well as an unlikely 3rd runway, hasn't stopped the airline's attempt to grow its network. And this will now be direct competition with British Airways out of Heathrow to Islamabad, which utilises the Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Both Lahore and Islamabad are very popular year-round destinations for leisure and business, which is predicted to gradually increase in the region. The growth in trade between both countries also offers great potential for cargo customers as well. Now, first of all, Pakistan has in general been doing very well as an aviation market in recent years. We've seen many airlines add or resume flights to Pakistan. Specifically, we saw British Airways resume flights to Pakistan in mid-2019. With the crashes that the airline has endured over the last couple of years, PIA has been in the news for fake pilots, and both the European Union and the United States regulators have banned the airline. Currently, the European Union restrictions apply to the UK, so PIA won't be able to resume flights to the UK anytime soon, at least not with its own planes. Lastly, Virgin Atlantic followed the industry trend whereby airlines aren't necessarily adding back routes that they previously operated, but rather they're adding new ones altogether. Not only is Virgin Atlantic axing many of the existing routes, but the airline was supposed to launch flights to Sao Paulo in March 2020, but the plans for that have been scrapped altogether. Adding routes to Pakistan makes a lot of sense with the current environment. There's a huge Pakistani population in the UK, and travel for the purpose of leisure will be first to recover. Now, much of Virgin Atlantic's pre-crisis schedule was focused on US destinations, with business travelers driving revenue on several routes. However, corporate trips largely dried up in the face of the coronavirus. The airline has also suffered on its long-haul focus, with passengers largely eschewing intercontinental journeys. The airline's ability to fly fell by 98% in the second quarter against last year, forcing it to seek private capitalization. Not only that, but the airline will also be adding 3 new routes, which is pretty cool to see. Ultimately, this announcement that the airline has made is very good for both of the parties involved. Travel for the purpose of visiting friends and family will recover first, and this route is ideal for that. Furthermore, Virgin Atlantic could face limited competition given PIA's current struggles.